Hello everyone, welcome to XFactorTrader.com's technical analysis video intraday. Today is Tuesday, March 18th, 2014. Let's get right into the SPY. Guys, if you've been following me the past few days, you guys know on Sunday I called for a bounce as soon as Monday, and it would last for a day or two. Sure enough, Tuesday we are getting that second day bounce right into resistance. This is going to hold up price. I'm guessing for today because of this big red bar. So intraday, this should stall out for the day right here, right around the high of this candle on the daily chart is 187.99. So roughly 188. So I expect for that to hold. So do expect that it is trying to contend with this pivot and then the next pivot right here. So in the next day, if it makes a doji right here, I think that's a good setup and closes inside this red candle. I think that's a good setup for a fall. But do realize that we are in an uptrend. The weekly chart, the monthly chart still look very strong. Look at the weekly chart. All it's doing is just consolidating sideways in a bullish manner. So I do expect for the market, give it to upside bias, even though, there is a lot of, things brewing in the markets right now. But, the chart is a chart. And we're just going to stick with that. The daily chart is looking pretty decent here. The nice inside bar, but we have to see how the next candle will form tomorrow. Okay, if the doji forms or it doesn't make a base right here at the very high of this resistance, then it proves itself it wants to go higher. But on the downside, obviously your next support is going to be this double bottom here, the first. If it's an inside bar pattern, which will reverse the next on the next candle or so, that pattern will measure out to the double bottom here, and the next support after that will be the 50-day moving average right there to the downside. And let's look intraday really quickly, and just pretty much just grinding high the entire day, just riding the 20 moving average on my 10-minute chart, which is the blue line. Okay, guys, let's look at Twitter. Had a nice, beautiful scalp there today, based off this nice hammer candle here. Pretty much got in here, got a nice profit, and took it right into this first candle of the day. Played it again, a retest of it right here. Really quick scalp here. So just, day trading some of these stocks that are moving very just profitable sometimes. And right here was just a very clear signal, very nice hammer candle on big volume on a very first retest of it. Got in for a nice 25-cent gain, got out break even. Put a break-even stop in the second half, and it made when I saw it making a nice sideways base like this, I got out because of the pattern. You like to see it bounce after the next first 2-3 candles. It did not do that. It kept going sideways, so that told me to get out. That was the right thing, and sure enough, I actually got right back in again once I stopped out break-even in the second half for a nice little gain. I got right back in as I saw volume being picked up right here in a reversal candle, and on a 3-bar move right into the VWAP. Now we're getting a pullback, but very beautiful stuff there. On a daily chart, you're also into support, so that's why I was not afraid that could have been a very, very decent spot for even a swing trade, because that $50 level, which I remember playing back way over here, which was back in February 6th. That was a beautiful play. That was the IPO high, the day high right here at 50 bucks. So resistance now to support, and let's see if this holds. Let's see if this double bottom holds. Obviously, guys. If you guys have been following my videos, I've been mentioning this inside bar pattern on the monthly chart. It's still premature, it still hasn't formed yet, but another down month and a doji candle here would set up a nice inside bar pattern, and the volume looks pretty good on that as well. Okay, guys, let's go over some other stocks. Let's go over Tesla. Tesla has a really nice chart actually on the daily chart. Beautiful triangular ascending triangle, I believe, pattern on an up move. So whatever you want to call it, it's a very nice pattern, consolidating bullishly on top of the rising 20-day moving average. That's a beautiful pattern. Let's go to the weekly chart. The weekly chart may signal it's not ready yet. It might need another week here. It might need one more week, so probably next week, as soon as next week, I could see a week or two, I could see Tesla going higher, believe it or not. But, this is the breakout area. Let's see if 196 holds. Anything else inside is going to be inside this. Anything consolidating inside, anything falling into this area will be inside bar of this big green bar. Okay, just have to see it as that. And see the volume breakout as well, so it's a valid breakout. That's what I'm seeing on Tesla. Looking very, very good at the moment. What else do we have? Google bouncing off that 50-day. I mentioned that as well, and that was one of the catalysts, the reason why I was able to call the market bounce. These leaders, when they're hitting major support like the 50-day moving average, it's going to be a nice bounce in the markets, and sure enough, again, a nice two-day move so far. and that's looking very, very good. On the SPY, the volume is a little bit anemic. It's kind of light, but you just gotta understand, you know, it is only, you know, 30 minutes left in the day. You know, all these volume, these updates have been in lighter volume, but it just continues to grind higher. So you just have to take what it is. The trend is up, so you just have to respect that. Okay, guys, let's look at Facebook. Facebook did get that bounce off that area I mentioned as well. And check that quickly. Let's go back to Facebook's. Punch that page up right now. See, I mentioned that it might make that right shoulder. It looks like it is making that right shoulder right now. So I did call for a bounce on Facebook too, and we are getting that short-term bounce. It could be short-lived. This pattern is slightly bearish. It's, you know, it's not recapturing the 20-day. It's kind of consolidating. So if it continues to consolidate here in a sideways manner off this down move, you can get a small bear flag, and it could play out to the 50 moving average, which is my green line on my screen right here. And what else do we have here? Let's look at, I think I'll close on SLV and gold. SLV, it's looking like a pretty decent setup to me. I mean, it's an up move here. You're getting nice consolidation here. And I think any drop into the 50 moving average will be a nice play, which is also gap fill. And that gap fill also coincides with a bunch of resistance up ahead, previous resistance. So on the downside, it should be support on the first hit. You also have gap fill. You also have the gap fill. You also have the 50-day moving average and the $20 even number of here. Okay, see, when you add all those proprietary factors together, all those signals, you get a very, very, very high probability chance of a bounce. And you also have the pattern. Look at the weekly chart. Wow, look at that. If you don't see something here as a technical trader, I don't know what you're looking at. Okay, I mean, you have a nice big up move. You're now sandwiched between two moving averages, two major moving averages in a bullish manner. I think 1, 2, 3, another 2 weeks. This is a perfect setup. Another 2 weeks or so for a nice breakout. Okay, so watch silver. That's one of the main, one of the big things I'm looking for on my watch list. Okay, see GLD. GLD is also similar pattern. Not as sweet looking to me as silver, but nonetheless, you know, similar chart, uptrending. The pattern is just not as good on gold at the moment. Let's look at the weekly chart, see if it's making. No, the pattern is just not as good. Actually, it looks like it needs to do a full consolidation here after it's just been up. Has a really nice up move already. So I think it needs to digest some of this gain here on the GLD. Let's look at the GDX. GDX also on a tear as of late. Let's look at the gold miners very quickly before I take off on this fine afternoon, fine morning. Okay, so let's look at it right here. Let's pull back the chart. Pretty much similar. It's just you know, the place to get involved was right here, and the move is already played out. It's actually coming back in, but this was a nice bullish flag here. Nice pattern. It broke out, and now it's coming back in. But not much to do here. You know, the next levels on GDX, in my opinion, would be pretty much into these moving averages. Appears to these two moving averages will be a beautiful spot. Okay, that would be your play, and also you have another pivot here as well. So anywhere in this vicinity, that's your money shot. And in this range, I'll give you the range right now. It's on the GDX. It's roughly 2480 and 2430. In that general spot, that's your spot for a quick trade, maybe a day or two swing trade. 3 days at the max, and then just, you know, once you get a good gain, just let it ride, let your winners ride. Okay, guys, and cut your losses short. That's how you play it. Is there anything else I want to look at? The IWM very quickly before I take off today. I'll probably try to do another update after the market close when I get some time. The IWM bouncing beautifully. I called this already on Sunday for a bounce in the market, as I said already. And I think anything else I want to take a look at before I take off. I think that's everything, guys. I mean, I think that's pretty much everything I'm seeing right now. We got 30 minutes to the close. I will try to update you guys later after the market close. Right now, please check out xfactortrader.com. We have a 15 free trial for swing traders and day traders, and we have a DVD in the works. So that's very exciting. I'm very excited to let you guys know that. So please stay subscribed. Please stay tuned, and I will check you guys later.